Welcome to Go Math Lesson 3.2. Today we're looking at ways that we can round when we're multiplying two digits times two digits. There's a couple ways we can look at this, but one of the most important things we need to remember is that when we're estimating, we either round the numbers first and then get an answer, or we manipulate the numbers in some way before we get the answer. We never, ever, ever solve and then round the answer. That's not estimating. So remember, in estimating, we do the work first just so that we can get a ballpark answer. So let's take a look at strategy A. They're having us round to the nearest 10. They chose the tens place because that is the greatest place that they both share. So if you remember, we underline an arrow. The 6 makes the 2 go up, so 26 rounds to 30. We underline an arrow. The 9 makes the 7 go up to an 8, so it is 80. Now we can look at the basic fact of 3 times 8 is 24, and then we add our two zeros from here and here. So the estimate of 26 times $79 is $2,400. Another way to look at it is using compatible numbers. And compatible numbers are just numbers that are easy for us to work with. Many of us work with the number 25, especially when we think about money. So if we take a look at this problem, they said that 26 is close to 25 and that 79 rounds to 80. So if we think about 8 quarters, we would have 200 and then we would add a 0. So this estimate is 2,000. It's just another way to look at estimating instead of using rounding. Although most of you will probably use the rounding method as you work on your schoolwork. Let's take a look at a couple problems here before we send you on your way. Okay, so number 5, we're going to use the rounding method. We underline the 4, arrow under the 1. The 1 does not make the 4 go up, it stays the same, so we have 40 times, underline an arrow. The 8 does make the 7 go up and becomes 80. Now we have a basic fact of 4 times 8 is 32, and then we add our two zeros. So our estimate is 3,200. Looking at number 9, I could say that 27 rounds to 30 times, underlining here, $60. And then I have a basic fact of 3 times 6 is 18, and I would add two zeros. Now number 10, I could use that compatible number strategy because I have a number that is close to 25. I could have used it for number 9 as well because that number is close to 25. Let's use it here. So 45 rounds to 50 times, now 22, we're going to say 25. And if we think 5 quarters, that would be $1.25 or 125, and then we add 1 0. So compatible numbers are just useful numbers that we can manipulate easy in our head. But feel free to round every single problem if that is the way that works best for you. Remember, we're rounding to estimate, and we estimate to see if our answer is reasonable or not.